Welcome to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you. Today I'm going to take you through how you can do a perfect placket to avoid squeezings by the side of your Senate placket. I'm going to take you through, and I request you to keep watching and you see the end result. There you go. As you can see, I've started with ironing my stiff collar. It is a medium collar. It's a medium stiff, so that which I'm using for the placket. So you also have to get that to have your placket looking very perfect. As you can see, let me turn the camera very well so that you can see very well when I'm doing the ironing and preparing of our fabric. There you go. So with the ironing, you have to be very careful. You press so that when you are pressing, that stiff sticks very well on your placket, because remember what we are eliminating, it is the squeezings on the sides of our placket. So you fold the placket very well, because at the end of the day, if you have not ironed it very well, the squeezings will still come, because what we want is when we are sewing on the stiff or on our placket on top of it. Let's see the shape that comes out of it. As you can see, so you need to iron it very well. As I'm turning it this side and pressing it so that it doesn't have any fabric that remains on the side, so you have to iron it very well. So I request you, those who are the first timers on this channel, you are welcome, and my friends who are returning on this video, I appreciate you. So since it is pointed, we need to shape it. We need to shape it very well, so that when we are sewing it, it is already shaped. We don't need to shape it using our fingers. Let's use our iron. Let's use the iron to sharpen it very well. I request you again, my returnee friends, those who have been following on my channel, I appreciate you, and those who are just, it's your first time, I request you to subscribe to this channel, because a lot is still coming. I request you to please subscribe to the channel, share with your friend, and click that button for a notification. So that is our fabric, because we need to sew it in the straight line. So that is our fabric, preparing it so that when we are sewing, it is pointed. Now our placket is well done, well ironed, very sharp, and I'm going to take you through how you can fix it very well. So what I've just done, I've marked the distance. So when to fix it, you cut half inch, then you mark where you are going to put it, or where you are going to fix it. So you have to be careful, because at the end of the day, if you have not fixed it well, your collar will either be big or small. your neck rather, the neck. So you have to fix it on the measurements. So what I'm going to do here is to cut from where I want it to end. Let me first remove this swatch so that I can show you very well. So I'm going to mark where I want it to end. There you go. So from there you cut and eliminate, or you remove the offcuts which we don't need. You have to remove them to enable you that when you are sewing or at the end of it all, your placket looks very small and nice, because that might make it very big. So after cutting it, you fix it at the point of where you wanted it to end, at the half inches. At the half inches, that's where you leave it, or you start from. So when you are sewing, you also sew from the edge, or from the edge of the placket, to avoid sewing a miss like as I've just done. You have to sew from the edge of your placket. So you sew from the top up to down. You sew it very well to avoid that which I've just showed you. In my next video that I'm going to be showing you is how you can sew a double placket. Double, which means this side there is a placket on top, and the other side, the left and the right, there are plackets on top. So after sewing, you cut, you trim, you shape it or you trim it according to where you want it to stop, that inner one. So from there you cut also a half inches, because where we are going to fix the other one, as you can see. Remember I told you, I asked you, I request you to share the video or to keep on this channel, because more is still to come. Okay, now that is our placket which we are going to sew on top of it. But in order to sew it, we need to first find where do we want it to stop. It is very tall, but I need to first cut which is not wanted and remain with what we want. So we shall do the same to shape it. Why we are shaping it? Because it is not very shaped. From ironing it is not shaped. So after shaping it, as you can see, and I know you are enjoying and you are learning something. If you like the video, leave your comment below. Ask any question and I'll be available to answer your questions. So I told you this video is about the perfect placket to avoid squeezings on the side. So when we are sewing at the tip or the edge of our placket. I want you to be very careful when you're doing this. I know you have done it, or you may be having many questions about why sometimes your placket have the squeezings, but in order to avoid them, you sew from the edge. Sew from the edge, and as you can see, I'm going to do another video on to sew the double placket. So as you can see, you end from that edge of the placket, and the reason to why we end that it may be in the middle, not on the side, but rather in the middle. There you go, as we are doing our final touches on our placket. I know you have liked the video. Let me zoom very well so that you can see it. I told you, you saw at the edge of your placket, and you are not going to see those squeezings anymore because you have just done in a way that I've just showed you. So that is our final stitch on it. I'm going to show you the end results, and you will also see them. The other remaining thing is to do the ironing on it so that it looks perfectly. The ironings to press it very well so that it looks perfectly. I thank you for watching the video, and share it with a friend. Share it with a friend yourself, and I continue to ask you to leave your comment below. I appreciate you.